Who is the actual king of modern Nigerian rap music?
Now that's the big question that has left two entertainment heavyweights, Jude Abaga and also known as M.I and Olarinwaju known as Vector the Viper, throwing not just their hats but their microphones in the ring. Of course, joining us now is an on-air personality to discuss this, Mary Bashua-Alimi. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you. How you doing?
Very well,
doing good.
Thank you. This issue of Vector and M.I, I wonder what you think would be the end of all of this, because back and forth, 40 million naira or not, what do you envision as the end or the solution to this, to all of this?
I envision that both of them are going to have an album sometime.
Together?
Together.
Don't you think their fans will be disappointed?
Yeah, but it will be a long drawn-out battle before that, because of course they have to keep their fans entertained. So they would have to keep dragging this out for a few years. But perhaps when they're in their 40s, they go, okay, you know what, we're old enough. Let's, or maybe their 50s. let's just do a rap album together, because I feel all beefs eventually end anyway. You know quite well that the Drake versus Chris Brown, which we thought was probably because of Rihanna and all, it was drawn out for a very long time. But hey, they did music together recently.
Well,
yeah. So at the end of the day, it will be fine.
That you already know the culture accepts or is already used to that kind of
environment, beef and stuff.
And all of that. So, but in Nigeria, it's still growing on a lot of Nigerians, if I may say. But then,
so you know, Nigerians take things personal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in some cultures, it's, like for example in America, some people actually do take it seriously, these beefs, and it usually turns to even bigger problems amongst the communities.
Yes, and you see shootouts here and there.
However, in Nigeria, even when we take things personal, we don't end up killing ourselves.
Yes,
which is one of the things I love about this country. Nobody wants to die.
Absolutely.
So I'm sure at the end of the day it will end well. There might be insults, there might be maybe a few nasty fights here and there, but I'm sure that's where it will end.
So in your view now, you've listened to the beefs, the singles that have come out. Who's
Don't
winning?
put me in this
I'm going to put you there. Who's winning this?
Okay, so I'm rooting for Vector.
Fine. Okay.
I am actually.
Why?
I think Emma is really good, but I think Vector has been underrated for too long. Everyone feels because Emma has a record label, has been chairman at Chocolate.
No, well, Vector also had challenges. He had challenges.
He has had challenges, several. His former label, challenges. And then, you know, recently they kind of like made up.
Yeah.
So there have been a lot of issues affecting his career. I'm pretty sure if he had the kind of advantage M.I had, M.I would probably not be able to stand up to him. And I mean that literally.
Really? But with this...
Very ready for the backlash for the statement you just made. Be ready.
So are you saying that Vector has won this challenge?
Nobody has won so far. I don't want to say anybody has won because I still want to see it go. I actually still want to see.
But it seems the fight, the beef is losing steam already.
Well, it depends on how they run it. It also depends on if truly it's a publicity stunt. All they need is some PR person to fire out. So, do you know what M.I said about Vector? Of course. That made Vector call him the rat. Judas the rat.
He said a whole lot, Mary. He said, we agree, he said a whole lot. Both sides said a whole lot about each other.
Too much.
But then we haven't seen so much in terms of after, like a week now. This week we haven't seen anything.
But you remember that Vector also took his time before responding to M.I.'s last missive. Yeah, so we are looking at it as letters, exchange of letters. So we'll still be here when the response comes, if at all it does. Or if it turns out to be a joint show they are planning.
The 40 million naira cannot go to waste.
I know that 40
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to that as well. I want to see what will happen. We'll have front seats. We'll watch. We'll observe.
We'll be the judge.
Judge as well.
40 million naira on the table.
40 million. Why can't I be called to rap? I can rap. Veronica is.
Go ahead, Mary. Just be ready. I have my lyrics waiting for you. I'm clapping already. Don't waste my clap.
You know, you just reminded me of a joke on radio. Well, Wale would say he can rap, and then he goes, I go rap. You don't go rap. And then it goes on to this ridiculous.
But we'll just wait and see how all of these things panned out
Yeah.
in the entertainment industry generally.
Absolutely. And upcoming rap artists.
Yeah.
I wonder what they are picking up from this, from both ends. I wonder what it
They're
is.
probably seeing it as a challenge to them as well. However, I would preach for healthy rivalry. Obviously, what has been between M.I and Vector so far, on a more serious note, has been healthy rivalry. We haven't heard of any nasty fight. We haven't heard of any.
Not at all.
So I hope that's a lesson to upcoming artists in
As
the
if they
industry.
see it that way. As you see
Anyway,
Yeah,
Mary,
if they see it that way, you're right.
Mary Bashua-Alimi, thank you for your time on
Thank
TVC
you so
Breakfast.
much.
I'm
Thank
so
you.
excited to say this. This is the end of the show where the weekend begins. Theophilus knows how excited I get when I get to talk about
Friday.
You might be
Friday.
excited about Friday, but my Friday isn't over yet. I still have to go on radio now. from 10 a.m.,
absolutely,
so-
And
absolutely.
also remember that the Monday is here.
Well, whatever.